Success comes down to choosing the pain of discipline over the ease of capitulation. Thibaut, my friends, each and every day, you cannot spend the 10 to 15 minutes. You can capitulate. That's the easy thing to do. Or you can find the time, like I do every day, to come to you for free and bring you this information. You think I'm not busy? I'm as busier than you are, but I find the time to do it. You can too. You can do this. 10 to 15 minutes each and every day. Don't worry about how long it takes to master the charts. Why? Because when you do in the future, at some date, on some day, sometime, when you do that, you'll make up for all the time you ever spent. So get busy now. Let's look at these charts. We see stocks are down along with gold. Well, gold's really about flat. And Bitcoin and bonds are up. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. Look at the ever-increasing downward movement. Look how the volume has been going up as the candles have been moving down like stair steps and getting bigger the more things drop. Now, we look at the latest 2-day candle, and that represents Friday and Monday. It's decently below that weekly trend line and dropping further. Look at the size of that candle. And we had average volume. We've had average volume going all the way back to, all the way back to the 25th of February. That's the last time we didn't hit average volume. The 27th and the 28th, the 27th of February and whatever the 1st of March, I don't know what that, maybe the 2nd of March, whatever that Monday was. But I can figure it out right here. It was the 3rd. So the 2nd, I was right. The 27th of February and the 2nd. But we go all the way back to there, and we have literally, with these red candles, had average volume on every 2-day candle. Look at the pop down over the last few days on the 4-hour, it's not the 4-hour, it's 195-minute. It is the half-day chart. A lot of people will use a 4-hour chart. We don't. Why? Because it's not 4 hours. It's 195 minutes. That's why we use that, and you should too. So where are we? Well, we have been bearish on stocks, the S&P 500, for many weeks, and it has been paying off in dividends. How? Well, if you've been practice trading, and I always use practice trading because we're not a stock calling service, not a bond, Bitcoin, or gold calling service. You don't pay us anything, and we don't give you that advice. We are an education firm. I want you to practice trade with us as you learn by doing, then you can do it on your own. But look at where SH has been moving up. It's just beautiful. It is the complete opposite of the S&P 500. Why? Because it is the short. It is the ProShares single short. Now, these aren't perfect. Short funds never are, but they are set up by the people that manage them to mimic percentage to percentage, not dollar to dollar, but percent to percent. You can see this is significantly cheaper than the $631 plus S&P 500, but it has been moving up percentage-wise the same as the S&P has been going down. Now, if you know how to, of course, trade puts, you could be doing that in addition to or in lieu of an inverse fund. There are good things about inverse funds, just like there's good things about puts. There's also complicated and not so good things. They have higher fees, inverse funds do, revalue constantly. They can magnify your losses. But if you know what you're doing, they can sure work when a market's crashing. Let's look at where we are, as we are seeing. Let's look at where we are with the NASDAQ 100. It was down 0.75% versus the S&P down 0.33%. Again, nice long down candle. And we're calling it nice and long because, my friends, we are ambivalent about which way the market goes. Don't care. Can make money one way or the other. If you can read a chart, you don't care about what's going on in the market because you are going to either be out and letting something crash to buy it back cheaper when it turns around, or you're going to ride it down with puts or inverse funds if it's crashing. So that's why I like it when things are going in the direction that we predicted. That is exactly what we are looking for. We are ambivalent to the move. We just want to be able to track and trade it. That's the mindset. Don't be a dummy. Now, we see things moving down on the NASDAQ 100. We've been bearish there for a less amount of time than we were the S&P. It turned over and rocked down quicker. But of course, you can see that things are bearish and well below the weekly trend line on all of these charts with volume, which is exactly what we want to see. Now, something may very well happen. The market will be itching for something to stop the slide and to pop it up. It could be something by the Fed. It could be something by the Trump administration about what's going on in Iran and something that's going to give hope to the markets that could turn it around. That's fine. Maybe a bump up for a day or two unless this whole war issue is solved quickly. Then the markets will probably rock and roll up, and we can ride it up when that happens. That's why you watch each and every day and you be ready to act. Now, bonds popping up for the day, 1.33%, sitting right there on that weekly trend line on the half day. 2-day spinning top. The prior one was a spinning top too, not average volume though for the last 4 days. Below average volume for at least the last day and a half on the half-day chart. And again, starting the week off with a green volume, which means we opened we opened higher than the prior close. If it's red, we opened lower than the prior close. So that gives us a little idea as to bonds swinging up some. Again, not penetrated the trend line yet on the weekly or the 2-day, just trying to push through on the half-day. We'll see how things go tomorrow, if bonds roll back over or maybe they find a bottom. Don't know, but we'll continue to watch. We are still bearish on them as of now. Gold down 0.03. It's pretty much flat for the day. And again, as we watch gold, we had 2 weeks of gold just hammering down with increasing volume. And again, we're sort of hanging around this area where gold pulled back to after the big bump up, the high of highs, and then that 2-day crash on that Friday and following Monday. That had been the what was that date? This was back in January and early February, end of January, beginning of February. But what we, of course, saw happen was we got a doji that week. We went ahead and put in a potential line of some support there. We're just sort of hanging around it. Let's see, it blew through it last week, and now it's bumped up a little toward it. And we'll see. Things may very well just roll back over. We still have a lot of bearishness, a lot of negativity associated with gold after those 2 down weeks. Now, Bitcoin, where are we with Bitcoin? Maybe we're finding a bottom here. I went ahead and put in for you this line and then another line. This we would call the floor. This we would call the basement. Bitcoin has tapped down to that low and then popped up for 2 weeks, but looks like it's trying to roll over again. It is up for the day 0.80%. Hard to tell from the Heikin Ashi candlesticks. So we'll keep our eye on things and on Bitcoin and see if it's trying to find a base or if it's just holding before another plunge. That is where we are as we end the day on Monday. And again, we will continue to be with you, tracking these markets each day. We always love to hear from you, Patreon members. Thank you so much for your support. If you like what we do here, of course, please become a Patreon supporter. Help underwrite the cost of the channel. First thing gets my book for free. That is the 3-Wave Trading Advantage. And in addition to that, the 3-part series, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. You want to learn about options so you can practice trade puts and calls? We got the training for you. Just 2 of the bonuses you get from being a Patreon member. Also every day, I've already sent it out, you get the 5-day plus analysis and the trade execution summary grids that we pop out each and every day on all 5 of the charts that we follow: the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, 20-year bonds, gold, and the Bitcoin ETF. God bless all the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.